You're just surrounded. Sometimes even 15, 20 people that come around.
He's racist, bro. I'm saying, if you think you're racist ground.
It's tough. It's not easy.
But the guys that were sat here went off out of that exit, and when we come over, you can see there's a knife dug into the floor.
You wouldn't think to maybe search in a children's play area, but this is just a reality for us. Here, so we're on our way.
In Haringey, North London, one of the capital's most violent boroughs, officers are heading to help search for two teenagers on stolen hire bikes.
Yeah, receive. They've just tried to evade you. They're trying to cross the road now.
Yeah, receive. Just at the door of the pavement.
Doing a section 23 search.
Are you renting this bike at the moment?
Yes.
Have you got proof of your rental?
I ain't got no proof, but I've been riding this bike for a long time.
Right, my colleague just found cannabis grinder on you. Is there going to be any cannabis on you? Just tell us now so we can...
I'm honest. You can search me.
Okay, fine.
Within seconds of this stop and search, locals are beginning to gather.
Stop shouting.
With questions for the officers and accusations the teenagers have been racially profiled.
No, hold on.
Okay, so
this gentleman's black, but the other individual there is white as well.
Officers say this kind of reaction has become the norm.
Yeah, is why we're all stood here now. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter protests and controversies over stop and search have dramatically raised tensions within the black community.
Everyone will merge out and everyone wants to know, which everyone has a right to, I guess, to an extent, find out what's going on and see how we're policing, but it's tough. It's not easy.
These officers are from the Met's Violent Suppression Unit, a new London-wide initiative using local officers with local knowledge to form teams dedicated to tackling the upsurge in violent crime. In this local park, they are conducting weapons searches, and it doesn't take them long to find something.
The guys that were sat here went off out of that exit, off towards West Green, and when we come over, you can see there's a knife dug into the floor, and there's a bag of drugs as well.
We have a lot of people here, like families and kids. Yeah. Everyone's trying to enjoy their day and have a good time. And
well, you see, you've got a family there with a baby and a pram, and these guys are concealing weapons ready for, I know they think they're protecting themselves, but this could happen at any time with whoever's about and they don't care. So.
Just yards away, another knife stashed in a litter bin.
That could do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Just got to hit the wrong place and you're gone.
And it's not just knives the gangs use as weapons.
These two cricket bats have been found stashed in the bush here. Normally in a park it wouldn't be suspicious, but it's the fact that it's just two cricket bats on their own, hidden away, sort of suggests that it might be used as a potential offensive weapon, something like that.
No ball, no cricket team.
No, exactly. So just weapons stashed away, deliberately hidden.
Chris Preddie grew up in this area. He now helps divert young people away from violence. He has some sympathy for the police, but believes they still need to learn how to better connect with the community.
Why don't we solve it before it's been a problem? And I feel like the police officers need to understand the way they conduct themselves. I know it's a tough job. They're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. If they don't stop and search and they see someone and that person ends up getting stabbed or that person ends up getting injured, people are going to be like, where was the police to stop and search? If the police stops and search, then it's like, you're harassing them. What are you doing? All you do is stop and search the little kids. Majority of the time it's the black kids and everything. So they've got to really start understanding their community.
The question of how best to take weapons off the streets but avoid the perception young black men in particular are being targeted is complex. No one really has the answer, but senior officers say saving lives must be a priority.
63% of the current homicide victims have been from BME communities, and I think that's a really important point to remember. So I'll put my officers into those areas to try and prevent violence and serious crime, and that's what the community wants us to do. So it's a really important area of police work.
Staircase!
On this housing estate, a group of youths have ran off from officers. Round the corner, they've found one of them, a 14-year-old. And again, a crowd is quickly forming.
They didn't have no ground.
If he's got nothing in it, why would he need to get arrested?
He's racist, bro.
I'm saying, if you think you're
racist ground. Oh, you see these two officers, racist.
The only grounds was racism. The only grounds they had is he looks like this and racism, bro.
Officers found a small amount of cannabis on the boy. That did little to ease the volatile nature of those gathering.
All of you are racist. All of you are racist right here.
You're just surrounded, 10, sometimes even 15, 20 people that come around, and you're having to have individual chats with every single person trying to tell them, listen, it's not what you think, it's not what you're trying to make out to be, just listen to me. We physically can't have these exhausting conversations with 20 people all at once. So it's really tough. It's exhausting. I think my colleagues would agree.
You don't engage with the community, so the community only feel like you come in here when it's emergency, you throw around your authority, you brutalise our young people in the sense of, we've got to be fair, majority of people that get stopped is black people. 80% is more likely to be stopped because you're black, but we don't count for 80% of the population, so that doesn't make any sense.
By evening, the focus shifts to an unlicensed music event in Finsbury Park. These gatherings are often attended by gangs, and the police are increasingly seen as a target. And although they move initially, within the hour, the almost inevitable violence. Officers I've spoken to are worried. Community tensions, they say, haven't been this high in many years.